Hey everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And today my guest, Brea Woodson. Oh, this is going to be a good one. You don't want to miss it. Share this with your friends. Get the word out. Let everybody know Marketing with Russ is on. Let's do it. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, the Master Connector Show, Hope 1079 Radio, and the Alzheimer's Association. For more information on Master Connector Show and the amazing duo, go to masterconnector.show for more information. And for more information on Hope 1079 and their amazing radio of faith, go to hope1079.com. And finally, for the Alzheimer's Association and how to give to this amazing organization, go to alz.org today. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Hey everybody, welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. I am so glad you're here today. This is going to be a good one today, I'm telling you. I am just really excited to talk with Brea today, who has got some amazing marketing experience and ideas today, and that's always a lot of fun. Loving people and moving forward, that's what we're all about here on Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. In fact, we are all about how amazing people connect. That's right. We're talking connection and community building. You know, if you watched the show before, that I am a firm believer that connection and community building is the foundation of any good business, any good marketing plan for sure. And I really think any good life. So today is going to be like none other. And we're going to talk all about these things. We love to connect with you. I'm telling you, I love to connect with you. You can go to russhedge.com today and connect with me. I would love for you to do that. Reach out. You know, at russhedge.com is a one-stop shop for me. Everything about me, from my live streams, my books, my philosophy, everything I do, and all my connection links, everything you need there, you can get at russhedge.com today. And I would love for you to connect with me. In fact, you can even schedule time directly on my calendar to connect and Zoom with me today. And I would love for you to do that. So please go to russhedge.com today. Also, our YouTube page is blowing up, mostly because of my amazing animals who people love on YouTube Shorts. But it's, you know, it's tough to realize my animals are more popular than I am. But, you know, I've gotten over it. But today, go to for all of the live streaming, all the information, some great videos, and some fun shorts. Go to our YouTube page. And how do you get there? marketingwithruss.live. That's right. If you know the name of the show, you can get there. So easy. If you want to find out about me, just use myname.com. And if you want to find out about my YouTube page or subscribe today, go to marketingwithruss.live. I keep it simple. I'm a simple-minded guy here for you, trying to keep it nice and simple for you. So please do that today. Also, if you would share this out, I would be so grateful. I'm so, so thankful for all of you sharing, tagging your friends, letting them know, because everybody gets busy. So you need to get out there and let people know. Guess what? Woohoo! Brea is going to be on Marketing with Russ. You do not want to miss this one. So please do that today, and I appreciate it so much. I don't know about you, but I've had a great week so far. I got the blessed opportunity and blessing to speak with a great group yesterday. And every time I'm hired to speak somewhere, I love to get out and mingle with the people and just have such a good time. We had so much fun. We laughed and we cried and we just had a great time together. It was just really a blessing. And I'm so thankful every opportunity I get to be with people. Online and virtually like this is amazing. The opportunities to reach worldwide, but there's nothing like being right in the same room and be able to give somebody a big hug and say hi face to face. So I encourage you to do that. Get out today, connect any way that you can. It will bless you for sure. All right. So every Monday and Thursday, we also here on Marketing with Russ do our marketing tip of the day. And we got a good one for you today. You ready? These are encouraging little tips that will help you in your life, in your business, in your marketing. Why? Because they'll lift you up and make you think simple little things that actually will propel you to success, to significance in your business, helping other people. You know that my why or purpose for you today is to encourage and inspire you, or it's my why and purpose is to inspire and encourage you to live a purpose-driven life of significance. I want you to be a world changer. I want you to be a difference maker. I want you to make an impact like God created you to do on all those people around you. And that's what we're going to do today. All right, here we go. This will get cut out, by the way, put separately on YouTube Shorts and on other social media. So you can just share the marketing tip of the day after this. Okay, here we go. You ready? This is your marketing tip of the day. Be helpful and be kind. There you go. I'm telling you, I got this beautiful sign from a friend. Lifting others up and being helpful to them, encouraging them, and being kind is a great roadmap for life. Why? Because when you lift others, it lifts your spirits up. It helps you. You feel so much better. You feel like you've done something significant, blessing and helping somebody else. Also, even if you're in the same business, even if you do the same things, great people gather together in the same industries called associations. Great people come together and learn and grow together. A rising tide lifts all ships, and it is so true. When we work together, rise together, collaborate together, we do better together. So today, be helpful, be kind to other people, make it an awesome day. And that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. So we got that done for today. That'll get cut out. And I'm so excited. We're going to get Brea in the room and get things started. Welcome, Brea Woodson. Woohoo!
Oh, thank you. Super excited to be here. And I love your marketing tip of the day. We need more of that for sure. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. I'm telling you, there's a song years ago that I love. This will really age me. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And when we love people and are kind and are blessing and want to lift them up, not tear them down, that great things happen in life. It makes us feel better. It makes other people feel better. And people don't realize that the things you do affect your body physically. Yesterday, when I was speaking, I have them all smile first. And then I remind them, you realize that I just helped your health. And they all look at me. I said, do you know that just smiling, the act of smiling actually releases things in your body that actually make you healthier? When you laugh and you enjoy life, you become healthier. People don't realize these simple little things can actually make scientific physical changes in your body. And I think that that's a great thing to remember. I'm so ready to get here today, and I can't wait to hear more. Our
All right. I'm just going to say real quick, I think your audio is getting really a little quiet, but I think what you said is basically tell me about yourself. Is that true?
I did, and I will
Now
check
I hear you.
I'll check my audio while you're talking. Go ahead.
Okay. I did get that right? You just want to get a background?
You
Okay.
did, absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Okay. So I've been in marketing forever. That's kind of my background, my education. Once I kind of got a taste of that marketing world and the education, I got my undergrad and graduate degrees in the marketing world. I just really fell in love with the topic, and it's always been fascinating to me. And I've continued to be a lifelong learner. I just love learning. And the great thing about marketing is it's always changing. So there's always something to learn, as you know.
Absolutely.
So I started off my career in corporate. I started working kind of on the agency side for big companies, working on super large accounts and big projects for Fortune 100 businesses. And that was really great because I got to surround myself with naturally, in the cubicles next to me or the offices next to me were just the best of the best in terms of brilliance and knowledge. So it was a really beautiful way to start off my career. After that, I talked my dad into letting me head his marketing. He's a dentist specializing in sleep apnea. And when I started doing that, it was kind of a wake-up call for me, to be honest. It was like, oh my gosh, I don't have all these resources. It's just me, and I have to figure it all out. So I spent, some nights awake and stressed and like, oh my gosh, this is all on my shoulders. There's a lot being thrown at me, and it was humbling, to say the least. But that's really what kind of launched me into creating my own business and trying to create a space for people to put up guardrails in their marketing. So I kind of just thought, if I'm struggling and I have this background, how are other solopreneurs, other small businesses doing this without kind of knowing what to tackle? And there's so many squirrels everywhere, right? So that's kind of what launched GRT Marketing. And that's what I aim to do, is to create simplicity, create a framework for people to follow, kind of just take some of that confusion out of the mix when it comes to marketing, because it's a great big word with a lot of things involved. So
That is so true. In fact, I find that people overcomplicate things so much in marketing. And
Yep.
I am all about keeping things simple. And I love what you said, making it simple, giving them a framework and where they can move forward. And by the way, you think I've done this for hundreds and hundreds of episodes, but you realize that things always happen. I turn my mic has a manual adjustment. So hopefully you hear me better now,
I
because
do.
I actually adjusted it. There we go. Anyway, hey, we're adjusting on the fly. There you go.
That's right. Keep it human.
That's it. Keep it human. But I'm all about simplicity and really helping people with something they can understand, right? Because people get overwhelmed and they don't. It's kind of like when I took economics in college, and I had this professor that was so complicated. He wrote his own book on economics, and it was supposed to be a microeconomics class, and he combined micro and macroeconomics before I even understood what they were. And then he taught it so complicated that by the end of the term in college, I had no idea what economics actually was. I still didn't know. And needless to say, I flunked the class. But the bottom line is that it doesn't have to be that complicated. You can go like the second professor that I had at Oregon State, who taught me economics. The first thing he said was, you run into Circle K, you buy a bag of chips, you buy a 6-pack of pop, and he said, and that is economics. I mean, we just talked in simple terms, and I was like, you're kidding me. That is economics? Oh my goodness. I mean, he was talking simple microeconomic elements, but the whole thing it was so much simpler. And I think that when people get overwhelmed, they shut down, don't they, Brea?
Absolutely. And there's words, in macroeconomics, microeconomics, marketing. There's words when you're so deep into it that get thrown around, and like people hear the words and they're like, well, it's just too much. So, SEO or whatever. And they're like, no, done. And it's just like, it doesn't have to be so complicated.
No, you're absolutely right. So, okay. So I am trying to figure out what in the world I'm going to do for marketing. People aren't calling my business. I don't know. And I find Brea online and I think, I want to talk to her. What are you going to tell me that's going to help me move forward?
What I always talk about as the first step for people is to really do the work to figure out who you're talking to. So I'll throw a little jargon in there, that ICA, which is Ideal Client Avatar. I put a lot of emphasis on this because to me, this foundational piece is really needed to be able to do the rest of the marketing well. And once you have a really clear idea of who you're talking to, what are their goals, what are their struggles, what are their buying behaviors, where do they hang out online? Once you have this profile built out and like you really know, you're not guessing, you really know, like all of a sudden decisions become a lot easier. All of a sudden when you're making social media posts or you're writing emails, you're writing website copy, or you're going to a networking meeting and you're talking about who you are and what you do, you know what resonates. You're not guessing. So I always start with ideal client work.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, when people don't know who they're trying to reach out to and really who, this whole ideal client thing confuses some people, but let's just put it in simple terms. The people that need your message, the people that relate to what you are trying to help them with. And, a best way to do that, I think, when you're talking to people is listen to them, right?
Mm-hmm. That's absolutely right. It's all about listening. And I think it's a good point that it leads into, which is, I think the word marketing feels kind of icky to some people sometimes, and they just don't want to do it, period, because they think it's like, it just feels sleazy, I guess, in a way. But I always remind people, you're not selling somebody, you're not offering your service to somebody who doesn't want it or need it. You are fulfilling a need that already exists. So you're helping them, they're helping you. It's a beautiful collaboration in the end, but you have to be able to get in front of that person in a way that resonates.
It does. And my good friend and my co-host of a couple of my other live streams, D. Scott Smith, always says that you're there to help solve their problem. You need to identify where are they struggling, how can you help them? And I was talking all about being helpful this morning to others, and you, by being helpful to people in marketing and listening to them and helping them solve a problem, people then have that aha moment, right? They have that aha moment and they're like, oh man, you're right. I really need your help.
Yeah, it's great. And that's what all of these are for, right? These podcasts and these helpful tips. It's all about creating these aha moments, because as business owners, solopreneurs, what have you, we are all so busy and there's so much noise and there's so much. So to be able to give somebody the space in the moment when they're ready to hear it, to spark an aha moment, can really be, can really change the trajectory of their business and the direction that it goes. So it's pretty powerful.
Well, yeah, it's very, very powerful. So, yesterday on my talk, I was talking about the power of perspective. Talk about that a little bit in business and marketing, how your perspective on life and your perspective on how you do business can really affect all that you do.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it kind of goes back to what you were talking about with the human connection. I think, the perspective of you are in a business to help people. Like in my business, there's no better joy to me than seeing that the education I'm providing is helping somebody. They feel more confident, they feel more clear. And that's really what it's all about. I mean, we're all in this world together to help each other. And like you said, build each other up. And that's what it's all about. I think the people that really struggle are who go into business for, just to make a quick buck. And if that's the motivation, those are hard days.
Yeah. Well, if that's the motivation, you're not going very far, because you're always going to struggle if you're just in it for the money. And I think it's true it's a true reality that if you don't connect with people, that you're not going to have a good business. And, some people say, well, maybe somebody who's large enough that has, you know, something they on such a large scale, they maybe can't connect human to human with a lot of individual people in their business, but they still find a way to connect through the message. So this is another thing that's tough on people. When I can't get in front of people, like when COVID happened, suddenly I can't get out there and I can't shake their hand or give them a hug or say hi. It's changed the whole way I connect. Suddenly I'm online or I'm just putting out messages. What do you do and how do you help people, whether it's social media or websites or whatever, to really still make that connection and give people the idea that you're there to help them?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I mean, what a beautiful time to have a business, and we have this access to all of these things. I will make a quick confession, is that I'm a very introverted person. So when I started this online business, I thought, oh, it'll mostly just be behind the screen, and I won't have to do a lot of connection. I very quickly and early on realized that that's not reality, and I'm so glad that it's not reality. I've been so pleasantly surprised. And just so grateful for all of the people that I've been so blessed to meet along the way. And it's just been a beautiful, beautiful journey. So now I tell people what you're saying, right? Connect, make personal, do personal reach outs, find your networking groups, whether that be online or in person. I mean, there's so many opportunities, and there's so many great businesses out there that are offering these spaces. So you might need to jump around to a few to find your people and where you connect, whether you're looking for a collaborator or referral partners or whatever you're looking for. But there's so much opportunity. So I always encourage people to kind of jump around, share resources, invite people to ones that you like, and continue to build those spaces where we can all kind of come together and help each other.
Yeah, well, I'm a firm believer of that. I agree with you 100%. When we come together, collaborate, and actually help each other, even if we're all doing the same thing, everybody benefits, everybody gets better. And I think, just that, like I said earlier, a rising tide lifts all ships. When you and I talk, we share ideas and we maybe have some aha moments between each other. I didn't think about what you said. Maybe you didn't think about what I said. And then it shapes where you go from there. And we all become better. Helping and lifting others also makes people think, wow, this person isn't out there ripping down his competition and trying to make them look bad. Instead, he's talking about how great they are. And I've had some really good examples in my life, but let me tell you, I've always been that way. Always been, lift and get to know the people that were in the same industry as me. And I had one person I was on sales routes earlier in my life and out seeing customers. And there was one young lady that I used to love to chase down when she was at other accounts just to say hi. And it would always freak out the clients who happen to be insurance agents, because we would both walk in from two different companies at the same time, or I'd walk in while she was talking to them and they would all go, and it was kind of funny. But what she would do, literally, I would walk in and she would talk to the customer and tell them how amazing I was and what a great company I worked for and how they definitely should talk to me and all these great things. And I would just tell her, I'm blushing. But the whole thing is just fun, collaborative competition. I mean, just in a fun way, right? We'd have a good time out there. And I think that's what people need to do, is get away from the nastiness involved in things. And there's so much of that. People just ripping each other apart nowadays, isn't there?
I think that, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you can walk into a room or into a client's office and see somebody who you're competing with as not a competitor, but as someone who is a partner in a way, because like you said, if you guys actually talk, you can share, even if you're competitors, you can share a lot of knowledge that'll help each other and build each other up. And at the end of the day, we're all attracting who we want to work with, right? So I mean, if you're positive and collaborative and building other people up, that's who you're drawing into your world. Those are the type of clients you're going to work with and that want to be surrounded by you. So it's kind of a beautiful a beautiful thing when it all kind of works together. So I totally agree. Positivity is so important.
Oh my goodness. I couldn't agree more. People see that, and people that I've worked with have thanked me for comments. In fact, I had a competitor that was presenting at a meeting I was at, and one of their, I think it was the president of their company, he came because they were presenting, and he watched me. And when I walked in, there was like 3 or 4 guys from their company that I ran into all the time. And I went up and I gave them each a big hug and told them, hey, go for it. Have a great meeting. I'm here to support you. And went over and shook the hand of the president, who I didn't really know, and introduced myself. And he came up to me. No, he was up in front of the crowd, actually. He was up presenting at the meeting and said, I just want to say how much I respect and uh, how much I think about Russ. And I'm like, no, he said, I want to talk about Russ. That's how he started. I want to talk about Russ. And I went, what? What's he going to say?
What did I do?
But he actually said that, how much he respected and appreciated me for the way that I was with their company and the things that I said and all of that. And it really made me feel good. I didn't do it because so he would say something about me. But the whole idea is that just shows you people are always watching, and it affects the way people do business with you all the time, right? It affects what others do. And so I think getting out in the community, showing a good face, treating others correctly is always going to help your marketing, right?
I think that's exactly right. I mean, the way I say, I can't remember the quite the saying, but it's like if you act, true to yourself in every aspect of your life, you don't have to think about, oh, I'm in business now, oh, I'm in life now. I mean, if you're your true, genuine, honest, good self at all times, people see that, right? And it helps you in all the ways.
Yeah. People love authenticity. Big word nowadays, right?
A big word,
And
yeah.
and for those that don't know what authenticity really means, it just means be real, be you. Don't try to be somebody else. Everybody's trying to be somebody else nowadays. Don't try to be somebody else. If other people are doing good things you want to learn from, that's great. But don't try to be them. I'm not trying to be Brea. She's not trying to be Russ. Thank God for her. We are just trying to, but we learn from each other. And I think that is so critically important because, if people see that, they see if you're not being you. And that's one thing too, when I speak, I'm really down to earth and real, right? I am me. And someone asked me the other day, do you get really nervous before you speak? And I said, no, not really. And they said, really? I just like am dying when I'm up in front of people talking. And I said, the subjects I'm talking about are straight from my heart, and it's me. And I'm just not trying to be anything that I'm not. I'm speaking from all the knowledge and the years and experience I have. And so it's really easy for me because I know my topic. My biggest challenge is I always go too long because I always have way too much content. So I have to cap it at the end and say, well, I had more material, but that's all we're doing for today.
Yeah, have me back for another time. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back for part 2. But
That's
no,
right.
I mean, I think when it's just like you said, I think somebody once said that if you always tell the truth, you don't need to remember all the lies you told, right? I don't know
Thank you.
what's
Yeah,
out
that
there.
was, yes, exactly. That's what I was trying to get at. So thank you for being more eloquent than me.
Well, I don't know if that was more eloquent, but there you go. Simple as can be. Yeah. I
Perfect.
mean, when you're not trying to tell people stuff you don't understand, if I could tell you that if I got up and spoke, Brea, in front of people and they asked me to speak on quantum physics,
Mhm.
I would be horrified. I would be heart palpitations, sweating because I have no idea what I'm talking about, right? And that's
Good.
really the same thing when you're face to face. If I'm trying to be somebody I'm not, it kind of makes me nervous. I don't know how you're going to react and things you're going to do because I'm not being me. If you don't react well to me, who I really am, well, I just tell people you're lost. I mean, oh well. It's like,
Don't connect
I
with
mean,
everybody, and that's okay.
yeah. I mean, you're not for everybody, and that's just the way it is. Okay, so let's wrap things up here for the day. I want you to give everybody your gold nugget of the day. what you really want them to remember from today's conversation, and then let everybody know how they get in touch with you.
Okay. Well, I would say when it comes to your marketing, always think about your ideal client. Always have them in the back of your mind. Do the work to figure out who they are, really, truly who they are, and always have them sitting right there on your shoulder when you're making any marketing decision. And that'll really help any of your marketing decisions a lot easier. My website is gainretainthrive.com. I do have a free workshop coming up. You can sign up for that. It's on April 30th, but I do hold them throughout the year. So if you come to that would be fantastic. And Russ, thank you. This has been fantastic to catch up with you again, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, and I appreciate you. And, magically, all of your contact information, including information on your workshop, appeared below you, is in the comments and the show notes. And you magically, everybody, can just click on it and go right to it. It's kind of a miracle thing. It's called technology.
Magic.
It's an amazing thing. So I encourage you all to click on that, speak with Brea, go to her workshop. It'll bless you. And I just really appreciate you being here today.
Yeah, this has been great. Thank you so much.
You bet. Hey, listen, I'm going to say goodbye, send you to the green room, but don't go anywhere. I'm going to wrap things up. I'll be right there.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Russ.
You bet. All right, everybody. There it still is. The connection information, her free workshop information. Hey, free is a good price too, everybody. I'm telling you, especially when you have great information to share. So I want to encourage you all to do that. Also, I have her LinkedIn ticking along the bottom, and it's also up in that banner as well. So I want to encourage you guys, all of us, because we love to bless you and help you. Today, I want to tell you that if you want to connect with me, I just want to remind you, all you got to do is go to myname.com, russhedge.com today. I would love to. If you forget how to get in touch with Brea, connect with me and I'll connect you with her. So please do that today. Please join my YouTube page. You'll be blessed. There is hundreds and hundreds, going on thousands of amazing people like Brea on there. Go to marketingwithruss.live today. That's all you got to do to sign up and subscribe today. You will be blessed. If you want great value, not only do you have the videos from the live streams on there, so they're a video podcast, you also have all of their connection information on there. So you can still connect with them. You still can connect with others as well. And so please do that today. I would appreciate it. You can still share this out and tag your friends, even if you're watching on replay. It's okay. It's there for you to share and let people know, no matter what you're watching on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, we are there. You can share this out and tag your friends today. I wish you would do that because Brea has a lot of great information. And so I want to make sure that we get that out there today. I want to say hashtag 1000 thanks. Remember, we use that on social media to remind others that we're thankful for them and remind ourselves we're thankful for them. So please put a hashtag 1000 thanks. And Brea, we appreciate you today. So today we're going to get out of here, and we will be back again Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your listening and viewing pleasure. Don't forget, this also converts to audio podcast. And so you can listen on iTunes, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast platform is if you don't have time to watch it. Okay, so listen. Don't forget, Monday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We expect to see you next week. Have a blessed week. See you, everybody. Bye-bye. Happy Easter.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.